if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. You do not sell your Bitcoin. Thank you.
Bitcoin is worthless artificial gold.
Within a decade, crypto and blockchain technology will be the 12th sector of the S&P.
Bitcoin doesn't have any value in and of itself. It's not backed up by anything.
Roughly a coin, average price of $30,700. Spent about $4 million on it.
Is that we are not buying this dip because it's not a dip.
Are you kidding me? Do you see what this chart is trying to tell us? I can't believe that nobody is talking about this. This chart has predicted every single major rally and crash since the beginning of 2016. And what if I told you that what it's telling us right now is the biggest one yet? I'm your host, Sean Schartz, and this single chart that nobody has looked at so far has accurately told us the beginning of every major pump and the beginning of every major dump that we've seen for the past 6 years. And right now, it's doing it again. Absolutely time-sensitive alerts. Take advantage of literal zero fees on all spot trading pairs on BITGET using my link below. This is new as of today and live as of today. Zero fees on all spot trading pairs on BITGET. So if you're interested in long or shorting the market, make sure to take advantage of that below. And without any further ado, let's dump in. This chart right here, the 10-day chart, has predicted every single major crash and rally in Bitcoin going back 6 years here. And in fact, even further beyond, but today we're only going to be covering the last 6 years. But before we jump into that, let's take a look here. So today the DXY actually rallied and again, continuing its monstrous rally 4 days in to breaking the high set back in July, middle of July this year. And almost every single day it's been going up more and more and more. Even as this bearish divergence continues to get printed, and it is also very apparent here on the weekly chart as well. You can see that. In fact, this bearish divergence on the weekly chart is actually pretty impressively big. I mean, this is pretty substantial. This is like multiple month bearish divergence for the DXY. So that's one thing that I think is important to note. But at the time, again, over the last year, we've seen the DXY just go on one of the most monstrous rallies of all time. You can see only rivaled back in like 2014. Okay. So for the past like 8 years, it's absolutely been performing very, very, very well. And now, so far, we have not seen any signs of it stopping just yet. We have not seen a rejection candle or anything like that. We have not seen a strong rejection anywhere. Even though we see this bearish divergence being printed, and again, I think that will be playing out shortly, there's been zero confirmation yet. So far, the only thing we have seen is Ethereum continue to pump into the merge. In fact, today was like the final upgrade before the merge, which is set to take place in 9 days here. And so that's very big. But the stock market down today, Bitcoin still literal sideways. If we take a look at Bitcoin's chart, in fact, it could basically not be more sideways. This is the most sideways we've seen since we got dumped on back in June of this year. I mean, it's been literally trading within the smallest, tightest range for about a week and a half now, between like 20.5 and 19.5, about $1,000 range. So Bitcoin isn't doing anything. However, we do see something big showing up on this chart right here. And that's this. So on the 10-day chart for Bitcoin, which I don't see many people talk about, it's absolutely very big. We have two key moving averages here, the 10 MA, the 10 moving average, 10-day moving average here, and the 200. Obviously, the 200 acts as support right here, and the 10 has acted as resistance. Previously, though, during a bull market, it was support. Now, on the MACD here, the last time we got a bullish cross was all the way back in September of last year. So 12 months ago was the very last time that we got a bullish cross. And now we are closer than ever to another one on this chart. So this chart is actually a little more weighted heavier than the weekly chart. It's a couple days, more significant than the weekly chart, the 10-day chart. And it's showing that we're about to get a bearish cross in the oversold levels down here, where Bitcoin currently is. We saw this cross initially happened on May 1st. And what happened after that? Well, Bitcoin went from 56,000 down to 29,000, even 28,000 on some exchanges, the high 28,000s. And we did actually see a very quick small flip back in the summer or towards the end of summer in September of last year. And that actually saw Bitcoin go on a nice rally from 29,000 to 69 or 70,000. Nice. Setting that second top or the all-time high for Bitcoin. So that was pretty significant. Even though it was kind of a fake out move and the momentum died out quickly, this indicator was accurate in saying that, once we got this flip, we actually did set a new all-time high. However, very, very shortly after that, before we actually got the mega dump, as it failed to hold this 10-day moving average here on this chart, it failed 54, and then we got this cross, and what happened, this bearish cross, and what happened about 10 days later, we got a very big dump to 33,000, pump up to 48, and now basically brought us down to the trenches where we are now. And that has been the only flip since then. So pretty much since November and December of last year, when this flipped bearish, it has not flipped bullish since then. It has not. However, now, for the very first time since then, we are closer than ever to actually flipping bearish here. As we see this blue line start to finally curve up for the first time in about a year. So this is very significant. We have not had many fake outs or any fake outs. In fact, this chart has not had any fake outs. Every time it has had one of these crosses, if it was a pumpy cross, it would pump, and if it was a dumpy cross, it would dump. And now we're closer than ever, and we've been building for the past almost like 10 weeks here. We're closer than ever to a pumpy cross. Okay, so that's just very big. And again, I've marked every single one of these times we've gotten these crosses. You can go back here, you can just pause it right here. You can see that every time you see one of these crosses, which I put a line where it was, a green cross, I put a green line, and for a red cross, I put a red line. You can see, we started doing what that cross would tell us that it would do. We got a red cross here, bearish cross, straight dumpage. We got a green cross here. It took a few weeks, but then nice pump. Got a red cross here, and then massive dump, green here. So again, so far, there are not many times that this crosses. This does not happen often. In fact, it has not happened in about a year, a bullish or bearish cross. But now we're closer than ever to a bullish cross. The first time in about exactly a year that we've seen this happen. This is absolutely time-sensitive alerts for U.S. traders. An $8,000 deposit bonus when signing up with my link below if you're interested in trading. And specifically, starting today, spot trading pairs on BITGET have 0 fees using my link below. Absolutely gigantic. That is huge. So it's specifically for spot trading, though. It's not for any other pairings. It's for spot. Without any further ado, that's it for me.